2,800 pounds. That's roughly what a single wrong move with your pension could cost you if you were born in the wrong 2-year window and you don't know it yet. And if you were born between the 6th of April 1971 and the 5th of April 1973, this video is about you, specifically you. Because 3 days ago, HMRC quietly published the rules that decide whether your pension gets locked shut for 2 years or not. You're entitled to this money. That's the part that gets missed. This isn't a benefit you're applying for. It's your own pension, money you've already saved, and the rules around when you can touch it are shifting under your feet, whether you like it or not. Stay until point 4, because that's the one that catches almost everyone out. The one habit thousands of you are probably already relying on that's about to get switched off overnight. Here's helping people navigate exactly this kind of pension small print. The stuff that never makes the headlines, but changes real retirement plans. HMRC won't write to you about this. There's no letter, no phone call, no nudge from your pension provider unless you happen to ask the right question at the right time. The system runs entirely on what you know to look for, not what you're owed or entitled to find out. There are 5 things buried in this new draft legislation that most people in your age band have no idea about yet. Let's go through them one by one. And remember, point 4 is the one that changes everything for a huge number of you. So point 1, and this is the sharpest, most unforgiving part of the whole announcement. The normal minimum pension age, the earliest point you're normally allowed to touch your pension, rises from 55 to 57 on the 6th of April, 2028. If you were already 57 by then, none of this touches you. You keep age 55 forever. If you're born on or after the 6th of April, 1973, you're simply in the 57 club. Not great news, but at least it's clean and simple. The people this video is really for are the ones born between the 6th of April 1971 and the 5th of April 1973, because you'll be either 55 or 56 on the day the rules change, sitting right in the gap. And here's the brutal part. HMRC has framed the entire cutoff by your age on the 5th of April 2028, not the 6th. Born on the 5th of April 1973, you turn 55 that exact day, you scrape in. Born one single day later, you're locked out until 57. That's not a rounding error. That's the actual legal line, and thousands of people are going to find out too late which side of it they're standing on. But what happens if you've already started taking money out before that date arrives? That's next, because this is where the real relief kicks in for a lot of you. Point 2, back in 2022, when this age rise was first announced, there was genuine panic, because the original wording implied that anyone caught in this 5.5 to 5.6 gap could have their pension frozen entirely. No further withdrawals at all until they hit 57, even if they'd already started drawing an income. HMRC has now confirmed that isn't what happens. If you've done one of 3 specific things before the cutoff date, your money keeps flowing. Number 1, you've already moved funds into a designated drawdown account. Number 2, you've started taking income from a defined benefit scheme or bought an annuity. Number 3, you've become entitled to a tax-free lump sum, what most people call their pension commencement lump sum. Do any one of those before the 6th of April 2028, and you're protected. Your existing income continues without interruption, no matter your age. And here's a detail almost nobody's talking about yet. You don't even need to have started drawing an income from that drawdown pot. The money simply has to be sitting there, already crystallized, before the deadline. You can then choose to start taking income from it at 55, 56, whenever suits you, right up until you turn 57. You can even move that pot to a different provider later if you're unhappy with them, and you can still use it to buy an annuity after the cutoff, provided the money went into drawdown before the door closed. This next one affected people during the 2010 minimum pension age change too, and most had never heard of it until it was almost too late for them. Point 3, and this is the one people assume doesn't apply to them right up until it does. If you work in the fire service, the police, or the armed forces, and you're part of one of the specific public service pension schemes, This entire age rise doesn't touch you at all. Your access age stays exactly where it is. And separately from that, plenty of people outside those professions also hold something called a protected pension age through older scheme rules, sometimes without even realizing it. If you've ever changed jobs, transferred a pension, or you're part of an older workplace scheme, it is genuinely worth 10 minutes of your time checking whether you already have this protection. Because if you do, none of what I've just explained even applies to you. Now, here's the part I promised you. The one that's going to catch out more people than almost anything else in this legislation, because it's not really about a rule, it's about a habit. Point 4, and this is the one I told you to wait for. Everything protecting your income depends entirely on one word: crystallization, meaning your pension money has been formally moved into a state where it can be accessed. And here's the catch that's going to sting. You cannot start any new crystallization after the cutoff date until you turn 57. No new tax-free cash for money you haven't touched yet. No new movements into drawdown. And critically, no new lump sum payments taken directly from an uncrystallized pension, the kind where a chunk of tax-free cash and a chunk of taxable income arrive together in a single payment. That last one deserves its own moment. Because that type of withdrawal crystallizes your money the second it's paid out. It's a brand new crystallization event every single time. And that's precisely why it gets blocked. Picture Brian, 56 years old, been taking exactly this kind of single annual lump sum from his pension for the past 2 years to top up his income. Simple, worked fine, never thought twice about it. After the 6th of April, 2028, if Brian hasn't already moved that money into drawdown first, he can't take that payment at all until he turns 57. Not a reduced version of it, not a smaller one, none of it. If that sounds like how you've been planning to draw your own retirement income, this is the moment to rethink it. Because plenty of pension providers don't even offer the automated drawdown alternative that would protect you. And if this next part sounds like something you'd rush to fix immediately, hold on. Because rushing might actually cost you more than waiting. Point 5, what you should actually be checking right now, not doing, checking. First, confirm your exact date of birth against that window. Don't trust memory. Look it up properly, because being a day out either way changes everything. Second, check whether you already hold a protected pension age through an old scheme. Many people genuinely don't know they have one. Third, if any part of your pension is a defined benefit scheme, check that scheme's own specific rules. They can sit on top of the general tax rules and catch you differently. Fourth, work out your bridge income, meaning how you'll fund the years between stopping work and your state pension arriving, because this age gap makes that planning noticeably trickier if you fall in the transitional band. And fifth, and this is the one that stops people making a very expensive mistake, resist the urge to rush and crystallize everything early just to dodge the lockout. The maximum tax-free cash you can ever take is capped at £268,275. And if you crystallize now purely out of panic, you lock in that tax-free amount at today's pot value. Wait, and let your pension keep growing. And that same percentage could hand you considerably more tax-free cash later. A knee-jerk decision made this year could quietly cost you thousands down the line for no real gain at all. So here's where this actually leaves you. Nobody in this age band is getting their pension frozen shut. That fear from 2022 turned out to be wrong. If you've already crystallized money and you're drawing it through drawdown, that continues uninterrupted. If it's crystallized but just sitting there untouched, you can still start drawing from it whenever you like, before you turn 57. The one thing you genuinely cannot do is start anything new. No fresh tax-free cash, no fresh drawdown movements, no new lump sum withdrawals, not until you hit 57. And one honest caveat before you make any big decisions off the back of this. This legislation published 3 days ago is still in draft form. It's open for public comment until September. So if there's something about it you disagree with, you actually have a window to say so, and I've left the relevant contact details in the description below. If you've got a brother, a sister, a friend who was born anywhere between 1971 and 1973, send them this today, because this is genuinely their own money we're talking about, And finding this out 2 years too late isn't something you can undo. Subscribe if you want to know about the next change before the deadline hits, not after it's already cost you something. Because the real question isn't whether these rules affect you, it's whether you'll have made your move before the door on the 6th of April, 2028, quietly swings shut. I'm James. Thanks for watching.